Today's update is talking about those toxic friends or workmates who try to block your union or try to undermine you on purpose. If you got bullied by the friends who were in the picture, yours or theirs, if you got undermined by any of the workmates, this is the read for you. This is your update. Okay? So don't miss it. Stick with me till the end to understand what's happening and what's about to happen with these people and with you as well. I saw number 111 right when I said that. Well, these people have nowhere to go, and it looks like even in the future they won't have anywhere to go as they see divine wrath falling upon them. These people are under heavy, intense divine judgment, and justice is getting served in your favor right now and against these people. All their plans are backfiring. All their plans are bringing them sorrow, suffering, and enemies instead of you. All their attacks are returning back at them. All their lies, rumors, and gossip is affecting them and their lives instead of yours. Your person is starting to see these people's true faces and are realizing that they made a mistake, a big one, by associating themselves with these people and giving them the strings of their life. At the moment, these people are getting attacked, getting harassed, or even bullied by other people. Everything they did with you is happening with them. They are getting forced to watch your progress, your success, and your glory. It looks like divine forces are about to bring you a huge successful outcome, or are about to make you so successful that's just going to burn these people from inside. It's happening because it is needed. It's happening to kind of slap these people on their faces for the way they treated you, for the way they tried to undermine you and insult you. Some of these people really went out of the way, went to extremes to simply bring humiliation your way, to simply bring insults your way, or to just kick you out of your person's life because they wanted to show how powerful they are. They wanted to show how intelligent or intellectual they were or are. However, I'm seeing that they are the ones who are getting called out as stupid, idiot, imbecile individuals who are acting all overconfident all throughout this time. That's what I see is happening here. Divine forces and this karmic justice getting served here is forcing these people to live in isolation. That's the sort of end they're bringing upon themselves, or that's the sort of end they have assured for themselves. They will experience the worst from now on, or from the moment divine forces decide for them. All of their happiness is getting snatched away from them. All of the sources of their happiness and joy and bliss are getting snatched away from these people. They've attracted the kind of chaos they've never experienced in their life. They've attracted the kind of enemies and number of enemies they could never imagine would come their way. That's what's happening with these people. They're saddened to see what's happening. They're saddened to look at you growing, evolving, and leveling up. They never wish for you to find any success, peace, or happiness in your life. Instead, they wanted you to suffer for life because it was making these people feel as if they did something great in their life, as if they did something noble by protecting your person from you. But instead, I'm seeing that now your person is getting protected from them, and these people are not getting protected from the enemies which are already there in their life at the moment or are coming. No one can protect them from what's coming at them. The reading itself starts with the card Justice and Judgment getting served in your favor and against them. It looks like their end will be far more miserable and mortifying or horrifying than they can even imagine or expect at this point in time. And this is unfortunate. I'm not feeling happy when I'm saying that, but this is the truth, because these people treated you in one of the worst ways possible, in one of the most inhuman ways possible. They laughed at you. They laughed at your sorrows. They took great pleasure while insulting you or making your person humiliate you. In their presence, in front of them. They ensured that you get kicked out of the picture or your person's life. They ensured that your person starts hating you. or despising you for no fault of yours, because that's what they wanted. That's what was giving them a kick. Now other people are going to kick them and feel good about that. Feel good about themselves. That's what I see is happening at the moment, or is about to happen with these people. Divine forces are going to ensure that these people see what happens with you, which is of a positive nature. Divine forces are going to ensure that their lives get filled with suffering, sorrow, and struggles while you level up in your life and achieve what's meant for you. Something they can never imagine you can achieve. That's something you will achieve or are achieving right now. Something big is about to happen with you or in your life. Some sort of big breakthrough or a miraculous change is coming your way that's going to shake these people's whole foundation. Something that can even bring the truth about them in the light. And then they'll be disgusted by other people, they'll be hated by other people, or are going to get questioned for what they did, for everything they did, for all the lies, rumors, and gossip they had been spreading about you, had been discussing behind your back, or laughing at. They'll be questioned for everything, or simply they'll be abandoned. They'll get discarded, outcasted, or ostracized. That's what I'm seeing here. That's their future, or that's the current situation a lot of these people are in right now. That's what I'm seeing here. There's glory waiting for you and there is doom waiting for these people. To be honest, in short, in brief, that's what this reading is saying. Screaming out loud. These people thought and assumed that you'll never make it, you'll never find any success in your life, or you'll live in isolation, all lonely like a loner. But that's what they've created for themselves. That's the kind of end I see for these people. To be honest, I'm seeing that this karmic justice or this divine wrath is taking these people towards their end, which is something I wouldn't wish for anyone. That's how terrible it is. That's how horrible it is. That's how traumatic it is. That's how traumatic it seems to me, just by looking at it from here. A life where there's no peace, a life where there's no happiness, a life where there's no one to support them, no one to love them, no one to care for them. Even if they'll be surrounded by their own family, they'd feel as if there's no one for them. There's no one to care for them. There's no one to love them. There's no one who can understand them. There's no one who can bring any kind of relief or comfort for them. That's their end. That's the kind of life they've created for themselves. For everything they've done with you. For undermining you, for attempting to block your union, for turning your person against you, for trying to take them away from you, for trying to bring someone else in the picture, for trying to replace you with someone else. Hazards are waiting for these people. I saw number 1010 right when I said that, right after I said that. That in itself confirms the whole read, the whole message, single-handedly. Everything they did with you is happening with them, and in some situations and cases, it will be 10 times worse. That's how justice gets served. That's why you get warned to remain humble. That's why it gets suggested to remain humble and get warned against having any kind of superiority complex, arrogance, ignorance, jealousy, envy, or things of that sort. These people were more wicked than you and I can even imagine, or are more wicked, more hostile and envious than you and I can even think about. We are empaths. We think good about people, naturally. We don't go around judging people, but these people go around judging people, ridiculing people, insulting people, hating people for no fault of theirs. That's what they're getting back. And it hurts. It terribly hurts. And it will continue to hurt until and unless they show remorse, guilt, and regret. The only thing, the only key for some sort of healing, relief, or breakthrough to come their way is a change they'd have to display, a real one. They cannot fake this change. If they won't change for good, if they won't show any regret or remorse for what they've done with you, or the kind of impact they brought in your life, which was of a negative nature, nothing's going to change in their life. And it looks like these are not those sort of people who show remorse. Instead, they'll act even more haughty, even more conceited and adamant. That's why I see a terrible end for these people, and a kind of suffering that won't let them live in peace, that won't let them find joy or happiness in their life. This is their end. And for you, I see breakthroughs, miraculous changes, union and reunion, marriages, your counterpart coming out of these karmic connections or breaking free from these toxic friendships or associations. They'll see these people for who they are. If that's not happening already, I'm seeing that this ending is going to be forced on them. If they are the ones who are going to act ignorant, adamant, or stubborn in the situation, Divine is going to create a kind of situation where they'll start hating on each other. They'll start cursing each other, abusing each other, or becoming each other's enemies, thirsty for each other's blood. That's the kind of end I'm seeing for these connections, or these so-called friendships here. There was a lesson for your person to learn from these situations, circumstances, or connections. So if they are going to learn their lessons positively and politely, then divine forces won't be ruthless with them. But if in other case, unfortunately, they act stubborn or they show arrogance, then they'll as well get slapped ruthlessly. And divine forces are going to do that. How? I don't know, but that's something that's surely going to happen with these people. They'll get slapped karmically from left, right, and center. Other people are going to ensure that that happens without even laying a finger. The kind of talks people are going to have about these people, the kind of rumors people are going to create, are going to destroy these people or their lives in exactly the same manner they did with you, or something that impacted your life, something they brought in, without carefully considering how their talks are going to affect you or your life. So the same thing is going to happen with these people. Everyone is going to start hating them. Everyone is going to start cursing them. Everyone is going to start bullying them or, undermining them, especially at their workplace. That's what I'm seeing here. If these people are ignorant because they have a lot of money, their sources of income will be snatched away from them, or the money they have accumulated is going to be spent in something that will bring them losses and failures. They won't be able to make good use of that money. I'm seeing that someone who is in 10 of Pentacles energy coming down to Page of Pentacles, and that's bad. In short, that's very bad. They might have to live in scarcity or poverty, or they may simply have to, live in limitations, in survival mode. That's what I'm seeing. All that arrogance is going to go down in drains. They'll be on their knees begging for mercy. However, I'm seeing that these people are so hostile and so arrogant, they'd even curse God if something as such happens. Some of them, not all of them. If some of these people are little bit mindful about what they've done, or are going to become mindful, then things can change. However, I'm seeing that the chances are quite less for that to happen. But still, if it is divine will, then it will happen. If these people can change, then God's going to create a way for them as well. If they show remorse or guilt or regret, or if they come clean, if they apologize, or if they do something to fix your situation, things can change. But if they don't, if they won't, then nothing is going to change for these people.